the people that are burying Clemson, I think, are far too premature in doing so. I realize that Clemson does not look like Clemson at the quarterback position as they did last year. But that doesn't mean they're not still a dominant program that can win the college football playoff. Look, I think Ohio State is the best team in the country. And Ohio State winning a national championship this year would not be surprising in the least. But Clemson is more than likely going to run the table yet again and have 0 losses going into the college football playoff. They're going to run roughshod as long as they play a B effort, and sometimes a C effort will do it, in the ACC. They're going to win the ACC championship, and then you're going to ask yourselves, are you really going to keep out a 13-0 Clemson team? And even a 13-0 Clemson team, is that going to be the 4th team in the playoff? I mean, a 13-0 defending national champion Clemson Tigers team is going to make the playoff. And then you ask this question. Do you want to play Clemson? I mean, I think the thing is, people look at Trevor Lawrence and all of the hype that he had. And you know that I just did this show from Clemson, and our affiliates 105.5 The Roar last week from Clemson. So I got to go down for the first time to Death Valley and see Clemson take on Florida State, and they just absolutely waxed them. But the only thing that doesn't look like Clemson last year is the quarterback. They still run the football ridiculously well. Do you realize that Travis Etienne had 192 yards yesterday against Louisville? 192. They can run the football. They can play defense. They can get after the quarterback. They don't have a defensive line that's all first-round draft picks like last year's defensive line, but they got studs of the secondary. Justin Ross is nasty at wide receiver, and they still have one of the best coaches, if not the best coach in football. They've won 2 championships in the last 3 years. And, okay, Trevor Lawrence has taken a step back. He's turned the football over too much. He hasn't looked as dominant as he did last year. But aside from that, I mean, how different is Clemson than last year's Clemson team? They're going to roll into the college football playoff at 13-0, having won, 29 straight games or something? I think bury Clemson at your own peril, because would you take tomorrow in a playoff game Ryan Day or Dabo Swinney? Tomorrow in a playoff game, would you take Oklahoma or Clemson? Tomorrow in a playoff game, would you take Georgia, who lost to South Carolina, or Clemson? I mean, I think it's far too early to bury the Tigers as not worthy somehow of the college football playoff.